Welcome everyone to Chasing Tents. My name is Abby. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. This video is all about the ever popular Bridgestone V02 Slick. Now, first of all, excuse the lockdown look and the overgrown Danilo Petrucci style sideburns. All the barbers are closed. Anyways, at the start of the video, I mentioned the key word ever popular slick. Why do I say that? Because last week I made a video about the Metzeler TD compound tyre and I got loads of messages saying, you know what, this tyre seems good, but I'm going to stick to my V02 Slick. And also when I speak to a lot of racers from BMZ or different club racing in the UK, and also track days, even BSB races, they mention Bridgestone V02. Now I was always thinking, why does everyone like this tyre so much? So I decided to make a video about it, and in this video we're going to decipher everything about the Bridgestone V02 Slick and also their new compound, which is the 3LC. Now I must mention three very important points. Number one, where do I get the information to make this detailed video? Bob Collins, who is the ex-British Superstock champion, who also runs a very successful tyre business, FWR Limited, he put me in touch with Gary Harstone, who is the senior product manager for North Europe Bridgestone. Now Gary has got years and years of experience with different tyre companies, road racing, short circuit racing, and he's full of knowledge. He gave me very good information of how V02 compound evolved from V01 and also the new 3LC compound, which is also part of the V02 family. Now, what I want to do is I'm not just going to give you the jargon which is too technical for a lot of people to understand. I'm going to decipher all the information and kind of simplify it so people understand how this slick is helping so many other people, what properties help them with their riding. Finally, my usual request of not skipping the video, and if you want to come back to the video, you can always go to the timeline and you will see all the different sections, so you can skip to the section you're really interested in. So let's start this video and I'm going to go through all the properties one by one. Now, the Bridgestone Racing Battleaxe V02 Slick sits in their top tier of all the hierarchy of the Bridgestone Racing series of tyres. Now, it all evolved from the V01. How does a tyre evolve? Now, technology has got a big part to play in that. Thermal degradation analysis or pressure analysis. There are so many different ways now where a company can really do some deep R&D and look into things where the tire is deforming, where it's having a lot of tire chatter, and all those different things come into play when they are kind of going from one evolution to the other, and that's what Bridgestone did. So the V01 became V02, and what they're trying to do now is making V02 for beginners to the top level racing guys, and that's why you see a lot of track day guys, a lot of racers using the Bridgestone V02 Slick. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look to see what different properties or what different kind of technologies come into play which makes this tyre so versatile and loved by so many people. Now, number one, we've got the monospiral belt construction, which is a continuous single strand of the special cord wrapped around the circumference of the tyre. Now, normally in a conventional tyre, you've got these cords going all over the place. You've got the seams, you've got joints, it's overlapping. What that can cause is a lot of heat issues, which can also deform a tyre and cause instability. By having seamless cords, what you will have is stability. The tyre doesn't deform, and especially under braking you will have a lot of stability, and that's the whole purpose of having these very functional and equidistant cords in the construction of this V02 Slick. Now, secondly, they've got a GP belt inside this tyre all around it. Now, this has directly come from their R&D work when they were in the Grand Prix racing. Now, this has been especially developed to limit tyre deformation in order to ensure optimum contact pressure area on the track. Now, in layman terminology, this GP belt, which runs inside the tyre all across it, really helps with consistent heat spreading and really limits the tyre deformation. And what you've got to remember is if the tyre is running efficiently and running cooler, you can then use a softer compound which directly is proportional to better grip and more durability, because the tyre is actually having very consistent thermal degradation and is actually achieving those target pressures, the target temperatures, and most importantly, it's maintaining them. So by having a very unconventional style of tyre construction, the dynamic benefits are very easy to explain. You have better stability in braking, into the corners, and you also have to realize that the thermal degradation is very consistent, the heat distribution is very consistent, the contact patch is greater, the tire chatter is less, and what you got to remember is the slip area is less, so you come out of the corner better with more confidence. And now these are the benefits which I must tell you, I was getting the same tunes, the same rhyming tunes from the BSB boys at last year's Silverstone, and also when I went to Snetterton the year before, the Beamsy boys were saying the same thing. Now the marketing words are very technical, but when you look at the benefits from those marketing terminology are directly equal to the benefits I was told by these big boys, fast boys who were really giving it some. So it kind of makes a lot of sense. So that's why the tire construction, when you think about the scientific facts and how it benefits you, it all makes sense. Okay, let's talk about something very exciting, a new compound in the Bridgestone V02 Slick family, 3LC. I'm actually insulting it by calling it a compound because 3LC means 3-layer compound. So you've got the Bridgestone V02 Slick Soft on this side, Bridgestone V02 Slick Soft this side, and the V02 Medium compound in the middle. So you've got the best of both worlds. And now this is what happens when a company really pushes the tire technology to their maximum limit, because they are using their thermal dynamics technology and the pressure technology to really do a lot of R&D work with their soft and medium compound, and they've come up with this tire which is very versatile. Now again, the same technologies I mentioned earlier with the GP belt and that cord technology, it's got the same thing, but it's got more durability. You still have the same stability, you have the same thermal degradation. What you got to realize is a lot of people who sometimes move from a soft compound, you say for example if you're in the middle of a Euro track day, 3-4 day, you go from a medium to soft, and then you have to change the suspension setting. Sometimes you change your mindset. If you have one tire which kind of has both best of both worlds, you really can then concentrate on the other important things, learning the track, coaching and all sorts of things, because you don't have to mess around with any bike stuff. You think, what, my bike is behaving in the same way, however I've got a different tire which actually gives me the same benefits, softs on the side and medium durability, and in this way you have the best of both worlds. So I really think it's a very interesting and very durable and versatile compound, which I think is going to pay dividends for Bridgestone. So guys, you must try this new compound out next time, because it's got the best of both worlds. It's kind of a no-brainer because you've got the softs on the side and you've got the medium, and the technology is exactly the same as their V02F and V02R, which is the front and rear medium and soft slick. So also what you got to realize is the target temperature of this tire is pretty target pressure of this tire is very similar to the other one. So a lot of things are very similar to the other one, so it's kind of a no-brainer to not really test it. Next time you do a 3-4 day Euro day, maybe try this one and see how you kind of get along with it. Maybe you get more life with it compared to what you got from your V02 Slick Soft compound before, and see how it goes. Now at the start of the video I mentioned that this tire is a very popular tire, and now we know with this unconventional construction and all those properties which makes this tire so great, and how that technology really helps us on the racetrack, whether we're racing or on a track day. Now how to look after your tire, any tire, not just this tire. Gary, who I mentioned earlier, who's the senior product manager for Northern Europe, Bridgestone, mentioned something very intriguing. Now after your race or track day, if you notice you've got plenty of life left with your tire, what you need to do is cool it gently. Now this goes with anything. So look at your windscreen. You put boiling water when it's freezing, it can crack it. Same thing with yourself, with your head. After doing kind of a lot of sporting activity, if you put cold water on your head, you can have a brain freeze. Same thing with a tire compound. Tire compound is actually, I always say it's actually a living thing in a way, because it's always changing, it's talking to you in a way. So what you got to realize is cool it gently. So while you're putting your stuff back in your van or trailer, put the tire warmer back on, but don't turn it on. So gently cool it. It doesn't shock the compound, it doesn't shock the rubber, it doesn't make it brittle, it just helps it dynamically, kind of like cool down gently, which really helps the tire. I found this really interesting from Gary, and hence I'm sharing it with you guys. Now, also what I really want to mention to you, if you want to try this tire, if you want to buy it, if you buy 2 tires at the moment, or you buy it as a pair, or 2 rears, or 2 fronts, or front and rear, you can get a free Bridgestone garage mat through FWR Limited. I'll leave all the details for Bob Collins below. Give him a ring. He's a lovely chap. He's a bit of a mentor to me. He's ex-British World Superstock champion. I love him. A great guy. Anyways, guys, if you found this video interesting, if you like my work, please do subscribe to the channel. Also, please like this video, because when you like a video, it promotes it to other people. So in a way, it kind of gets me a free promotion, so other people can watch it, and you know, that's why a lot of people ask you to like a video. Now we're going through a lockdown, so you know, stay safe, look after yourself, and if anyone's sad around you, put your arm around them, you know, make them smile as well. Look after yourself, guys. Take care, stay safe.